Hello and welcome. It really is my pleasure today to introduce to you the very dynamic team of three terrific ladies who are part of the Indian Americans for Burlington. Indian Americans for Burlington, IAB as it is called, is an organization that brings the Indian community together in Burlington, Massachusetts. Today, we have with us very dynamic three people, and I'm going to introduce each one of them. We have with us Khusboo Goel, one of the directors of the Indian Americans for Burlington, and she serves as the virtual program lead for that organization. In her other life, she serves as an administrative assistant at Oracle. We have with us Shweta Mathur, who works as a project manager in her other life, but at Wipro Technologies, and at IAB, she is the communications lead for IAB. We also have our very well-known community person, Sutanuka Debashri Basu, who is a senior recruiting manager at a company in Burlington, but at IAB, she serves as the creative lead for the IAB programs. Welcome to Lokwani. Namaste.
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 It really is a pleasure to have you all here today. And, it's amazing to see where IAB is today, because 4 years ago, when we started this, it was at a very nascent stage that it was. And at the time, I was very involved with the organization. And at the time, we came up with this idea to bring lighting, Diwali lighting to the Burlington Common. Of course, that kind of transformed into a very mega show and has become quite the central point of attraction for the town itself. I know that thousands attended the Burlington Diwali at the Commons, and I know that Tanu, you had been with us right from the first event. And amazingly, in the beginning, when there was a lot of trepidation in the town as to whether to do it and how to do it, now the town calls us and tells us, when are you doing the Diwali? It's been a great way for the community to come together and for the Indian Americans to get to know the non-Indian American community and really come together in a beautiful, synchronous fashion. Now, of course, this year, I was wondering if there is going to be a Diwali celebration, but there seems to be. And to that, I am really, really impressed that in these special times, how IAB has pivoted its Diwali celebration. So, Khushbu, as the virtual program lead, could you tell us how you were able to pivot this very fun, in-person Diwali celebrations on to the virtual sphere?
Ranjani ji, as you rightly mentioned that, we have always, Diwali has been one of the main highlights, one of the highlighted cultural events of IAB, and people actually look forward to it. So in these unprecedented times, we knew that because of COVID, we would not be able to do it the way we have always done it, the way we have, always celebrated it. But again, as much as we wait for it eagerly to celebrate this event, we know that, the people are also the Indian American community, which has always supported us. And with their support, all our events have been great success. So we know that, even they were looking forward to some kind of celebration with us. And since they could not come to us, people could not come to us, we decided, the IAB team, we thought that we should reach out to them. And with this virtual platform, we thought this would be the best way to reach out to everybody's home. And this is how the whole idea of, doing it virtually came up. And this was one of the main reasons why we thought, that let's do it virtually.
Sure.
And that's how we all decided to, go ahead with it.
That is really fantastic. I think you mentioned very beautifully that everybody was looking forward to it, and I am number one fan of that. And I was wondering how it is going to happen. And before I turn it over to Tanu, I want to mention that Burlington does have a very large population of Indian Americans. I think we are about at least 10%. I think Indian Americans in the community or more. And so there is a very significant presence, and it's a very, very wonderful community that comes together all the time and does great things together. So, Tanu, I know you had been the creative lead for these IAB programs prior to this year. So how is it going to happen? How is all the culture going to show? I know that a big part of this event was the cultural showcase, was for the world to understand about Indian culture. So how are you going to make that all happen?
Well, as you said, Ranjini ji, I mean, this IAB Diwali celebration, the Diwali event, is very close to your heart and mine because we kind of spearheaded it 4 years ago, and we still remember. I was telling my one of my partners, Khusboo, last night that when we first started, remember, we had such low expectation. We really thought that it's going to be about 10 to 50 people, and we are
Right,
going and then we were like, hey, how do we, if the tree lighting is happening, let's do some a small program, 10-15 minutes around the tree
right, right,
with
right.
lights. And look at where we are today, right?
We-
And from the Ram Leela to Maitri. Maitri is the theme of this year's Diwali program. And as you know, we always have a theme, a central theme to our program, and we try to present different various aspects of Indian culture, tradition, and Indian entertainment. This year, we thought, with the COVID times, a lot of new norms, as we are embracing a lot of new norms. We have embraced and we will be embracing a lot of new norms. Things will evolve, but this year has been a tough year for the community at large, with not just COVID, but many other things, distressful things happening around. So this year's theme sinks in with that because we wanted to, just like in sync with the Diwali theme, which is bringing back light,
right,
which is really diminishing all the evil and the negativity,
right.
fight that with hope, humanity, and the brightness of love. So this
Fantastic.
year's Diwali theme is Maitri. The
Beautiful.
word Maitri means friendship, and we are calling it Maitri, and we are saying lighting the path of humanity, hope, equality, equity, and inclusion. Um,
Beautiful.
it
So
kind of
there's still going to be song and dance that represent all
absolutely,
of that. Tell me more. Tell me more. What are you
absolutely.
in the virtual environment?
Yes, yes. And this year, because we are having it virtually, what we are doing is we are going to have smaller events starting on October 30th. So we're going to have a small event on October 30th, Friday, another event on October 31st, Saturday, that will culminate into the main event on Sunday, November 1st. So October 30th will be, Shweta will talk more to it. We are collaborating with the Burlington Library and yourself, Madame, to do a fantastic. I'll let you and Shweta take it up. That is the event on Friday, which is a beautiful Diwali storytelling, culminating into this Friday, that October 30th Friday event of Diwali meets Halloween meets Diwali. It's a fancy dress competition that will happen. But before that, on Friday, we're going to set the stage by doing activities because Diwali has so many beautiful activities that people do in the within the community. So there will be an activities workshop happening on Diwali, on the occasion of Diwali on Friday, October 30th, leading on to the event on Saturday, October 31st. We have two events. One is Maitri Halloween Meets Diwali,
Right,
which is in collaboration with Burlington Library,
right,
where we are inviting the community at large, not just the Indian community. I want to bring this up that this is for the
right,
community at large because Diwali is all about embracing
right.
with love and hope. So this is open to all in the community, and then it will lead on to our main event on November 1st, Sunday, 5 to
which
7
is going to
p.m.
be at what time on
It's going to
Sunday?
be Sunday, 5 to 7 p.m.,
5 to 7.
live on Zoom and
Yeah.
Facebook.
And there'll
And
be beautiful dances and
yes, yes.
beautiful so pretty much all the things that we did before in person, you kind of have transposed it into a virtual thing. And so Shweta, I would love to hear about that, because I think the competitions that we used to do, the Rangoli competitions, some of the show and tell about the Indian culture, I think it's come to again in a virtual form. So do you want to talk about that a little bit for me?
Yeah, Ranjani ji, of course, and it's my pleasure to talk about that. At the event overall, when we again started, even this year when we started, we were wondering how to do the whole event.
Right.
But slowly, when we see, we have, and we were just finalizing on everything, and everything has come up very well. So just to tell everybody what the events are for this year, on we are starting the first event, that's on 24th
Right.
of 24th of October, which we're doing it with the Burlington Library, and we'll definitely talk with you on that, because we are doing an amazing story time, an Indian story time, just to let everybody in the town and everybody be aware of what Indian culture is. So we'll be reading a few storybooks, and that is with Ranjani ji and Amanda. So that's a wonderful thing to start with the whole event. And then that's one weekend. And then we move to Friday, which is the next weekend, where we will be doing some activities and workshop. And again, Burlington Library has been amazingly helping us in all those things, because we are preparing kits for that, and we will be making paper lantern, paper diyas, and clay diyas. And people are free to register it online on Burlington Library website, and even on IB website you can
So the
register it and
workshops are
collect.
about learning how to make things around Diwali. Is that what the whole
Exactly,
thing?
exactly. So
Yeah.
once you have, told them about the stories of Diwali, then we make them just to make those clay diyas. Those are traditional Indian diyas, and we are giving stuff to kids to, so that they when they make with their hand, the things register very well.
Sure.
So those are the workshops that we are doing, and those are again everything on Zoom, as
Right.
Khusboo said.
Yeah.
So now, and you'll be able to collect the
Right.
stuff from the library. And then next day on Saturday morning, we have fancy dress competition again with the library, which Tanu was mentioning about Halloween with Diwali. So again, the whole town is invited to come up in their Halloween dresses and Diwali costumes and dresses to on Zoom to show and get together.
Mhm.
Then the other thing what we are doing is the Rangoli competition. That's again on Saturday afternoon. So these are some amazing competitions that we are doing. Along with that, Ranjaniji, what I wanted to tell is we are doing a virtual IAB magazine. So we are asking entries, and we have sent it to everybody. We have got some amazing entries, and will be consolidating everything and putting it in a nice e-magazine, and that will be shared with the whole group. So that's again somewhere where the Indian culture and the overall theme of Mathri comes together. Yeah.
Beautiful. Wow, that is a lot that is going on there. So,
I know.
yeah, definitely lovely to see the Rangoli competitions that people can, and I think people can just go to the IAB Facebook or website and can register and learn about these things. Am I right? So,
Absolutely,
so it is
absolutely.
iab.org. Is that the right?
iabma.org.
iabma.org. So they
ma.org.
can go to iabma.org, or of course, you have the Facebook group where they can
Yeah,
find out more about that as well. So that is really
absolutely.
fantastic. And it's really nice that, IAB is working with the towns so in such an integrated manner, that the library part. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to work with the library. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'd love to tell you a little bit. So Tanu and Khusboo and Shweta, and the community, on Saturday we are going to do a story time where we will be reading a couple of stories, and the books that we have picked. There's a lot of Indian culture in there that they can see saris, they can see, for example, we know that often people think, what is the costume that you're wearing, right? Are you wearing an Indian costume? What is the difference between a costume and a dress? I mean, wearing a sari, I'm not in a costume right now, I'm in a dress right now. So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
those kinds of ideas, that what is cultural, what is normal for Indian people. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. And hopefully that'll kind of motivate them the next week to come up with a fancy dress that might, make them feel
Yeah.
like they are actually walking in an Indian person's shoe. I know when we did it live, we had saris available at the gazebo in the common where they could wear it
Yeah,
and
the
try
photo
it out
booth,
and
right?
try it out and see it. So, actually wonderful idea, and really looking forward to seeing what is going to come up. And the fancy dress is for the family completely together. So it doesn't have to be just the child, it could be the
Right.
adult, So
Right.
I am
Absolutely.
excited. I've never done a story time before. So it is my real honor. Since my children were very young, I haven't done one. So really looking forward. And actually, I have to say, for those people who have young children, I didn't realize how many wonderful books there are out there about Indian culture. So the
Yeah.
library, Burlington Library, has them now, and we can take a look at it ourselves. Even I did not know about that. So that's really beautiful. So, Shweta, now, how are you really managing the media and I know you're the communication lead. When we are not able to meet and talk, how are you able to manage all of that?
I know. So the best part is, though we are not in town commons, we are all on Facebook and the social media, the website. We are making sure that the website is updated with the latest updates. We are putting all the posts on Facebook, and we are even asking everybody to share it with their friends. And it's been going amazing. You won't believe, but we already have 60 entries for the workshops just for the diya making, and then people are so excited to do it.
That's
So
awesome.
we already have 60 entries. So I was like, wow, the communication is amazing between people.
That's
So
fantastic.
that's
Fantastic.
going amazing. Yeah.
That's really awesome. And so I know that Khushbu and Shweta, that beyond all of this, I know that you're going to be bringing every year, we bring the town, dignitaries to the event. So are you going to continue to do that with the state senator and other people? Are there people coming? Do you know about that? And what is happening with that?
No, absolutely. So, Ginny is our president for this year, and she has been amazing on that front. She has sent all the invites. We have also asked all the guests to, if possible, if they can share their video messages for the whole community, so that we can link it in our Zoom. And if possible, if they can, they are most welcome. And we have actually invited them for the Zoom event, so if they can come and do it live and talk to us, that will be amazing. Join us for all the sessions. So we have given the options, so if they whatever works with them, but we have invited all the guests,
And
That's
we've
the
given them
town guests.
a Hindi line to speak.
Whoa, I love that. So they just now.
We have given them a Hindi line because
Oh
Ranjani
my,
ji, if you remember
Right.
when we did the flag hoisting, the flag raising,
yes.
in the commemorating the Indian flag in the town of Burlington a few months ago, the town selectmen were saying that they would love to dance to the tune of an Indian music. And
Yes.
I told them I'll take you up on that. I'll hold you to that. And so when Ginny sent out the message, we a part of the message is because we are
Yeah,
asking for pre-recorded messages. We have
sure.
given a line. We have
Yeah.
broken it down in very simple phonetics. We have
Beautiful.
explained the meaning of the sentence, and we have
Beautiful.
requested them to say it. We already got a few of the wonderful dignitaries who have sent us the pre-recorded messages,
That's
and we are so
amazing.
excited. I mean, we can't, I think the town of Burlington and the leadership in the town of Burlington is amazing. And Ginny, our amazing leader, is doing fabulous work, being patiently following up with them constantly,
Absolutely.
and
Actually,
making sure that they come.
right. And I was going to say that in the Indian Americans for Burlington has done so much more. I know that they were working with the people, helping people to give a lot of food to the food pantry because the needs of the community has grown. And I know that IAB delivered quite a bit of food, for the community for the those that are having challenges. So IAB is really a caring and kind organization, beyond, of course, bringing culture together. And I like that Indian Americans for Burlington. I
Yes, yes.
like
And
that
it's our
name.
civic, see, IAB, as you know, you are a founder member, and so am I. And we know one of our goals was not just to spread cultural awareness, but also take up civic responsibilities for the community at large. And I think IAB is really small step at a time, but kind of getting there and trying to discharge our civic responsibilities along with the cultural awareness.
Beautiful. I completely agree with that. And kudos to the new team. Year after every team, year after year, has been doing a tremendous job. And, you three magical ladies have been doing tremendous work along with, the fearless leader,
Yeah.
Jeannie,
We have
and of course,
Sheetal, Jenny. Yeah.
Sheetal. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
we have
so
Meenuji, Indrada, Anilji. Everybody has been contributing so much and helping us, encouraging us to do more and more. So that's the
and I
best
know
thing.
that you also give scholarships to students at the high
The
school,
Burlington High School,
at
right?
Burlington High School. So many wonderful activities. But this time, our eyes are going to be on Maitri, and I think that's a beautiful name you picked because that's been the very core of IAB. I know that friendship, that
Yes.
love, and that care.
Yes.
So Tanu,
That's
so
why this time, Ranjaniji, we are spreading that. I know you asked this at the beginning of the show. Um, just not dances. We are presenting Maitri in all the different activities Shweta listed. Also, on the day of the event, we are not just presenting dances. We are presenting poetry. We are presenting dance dramas, dance ensembles. So this time, the dance performances will not just be just separate individual dance performances. They're going to carry a message in the most loving way. They're going to be dance ensembles, and there's going to be poetry. There's going to be some music as well. So it's going to be, slightly different
sure.
compared to the previous
Sure.
years.
I know in the past years we could come together and teach our dignitaries to dance right there. I mean,
I
the
know.
garba that we did around the gazebo was something that everybody remembers so well.
Right,
All
right.
the dances and the joys, and of course, this time the eats have to be virtual. I know everybody used to come to have the lovely Indian food that we would
I
I
serve
know
know.
at
we are
the
going to
end.
miss that.
We are going to miss that, I know, but virtual food, and it's going to be food for the heart, food for the mind at this
Yeah.
time, and then we will move it forward. Well, kudos to all of you for what you're doing. And Khushbu, how easy or difficult has it been to do this in a virtual format? Are you comfortable with the Zoom, and how are things going to go there? Any comments on
Before you
that?
saw it coming, she was preparing for
I
that
know.
answer.
So, Ranjani ji, actually speaking, I'm sure all of us have seen there's so many memes doing rounds about these online glitches. So, of course, we are facing the same as well. And we do have some common online glitches, like, we are trying to reduce them, like lags and network issues. We are working on that. Our team has really been working. It has been a complete team effort, I should say. And the team has been working really hard to, ensure that we give a seamless and a beautiful, flawless experience to the audience on the main day. So we have been testing dedicatedly, working even on weekends, and the team has been doing dry runs. So we are trying our best to make sure. And again, like Tanu mentioned, we have pre-recorded as well as live sessions this time. So combination of these, and then making sure that the switching and the controls are smooth on that day. So we are working on those things, and we are hoping that it will be a smooth sailing.
Oh, it is going to be. It is going to be. Goddess Mahalakshmi will always bless us. I
I
was going
know.
to ask Kushbu, so people can watch it both on YouTube and Facebook. Is that how they're going to be watching it, or they
We
have
will
to
be
register?
going live. We'll be going live on Zoom and Facebook
Facebook.
this time. So
Okay,
yeah,
perfect,
so we
perfect.
have a
Wonderful.
lot of members in IB Facebook page as well. So this time the medium is Zoom and Facebook.
Fantastic, fantastic. You're saying that you were worried. That's how we were the first time. We thought what's going to happen, and it just was went seamlessly, and it was beautiful. I am sure Goddess will be kind again, and it is going to be seamless again. Khushbu, your hard work will surely pay off. Well, what a pleasure it is to talk to all of you, and Maitri, may that theme really shine beautifully on November 1st. So iabma.org, or they can go to the Facebook page and search for Indian Americans for Burlington. Well, look forward to seeing everybody. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste.